Somebody asked the question, how can I get started investing in real estate if my credit's not that good? I don't really have a very solid work history. I don't think I would qualify for a traditional mortgage. And so my answer to that was, you don't have to. How you guys doing? My name is George. I'm with KPI. And as many of you know, we are a full-time professional investing company. We invest in all types of real estate, in single-family fix and flips, single-family rentals, multi-family syndications, vacation rental portfolio. So we pretty much do it all. And so my answer, what I explained to this person that asked the question, was that in reality, professional real estate investors who do this full time, who do this for a living, or even if you're just getting started and you want to do your very first deal, the truth of the matter is we don't use conventional financing for our deals for the most part. Okay? Oftentimes, you can actually do a real estate deal without any of your own money or very little of your own money in the deal. Okay? So what I want to do is I'm just going to go through a couple of different deal structures, different ways that you can structure a real estate investment deal where you can make money with very little to no money out of pocket, and where you don't need conventional financing. You don't have to go out and get a conventional mortgage. So the first one, and I think a lot of people are very familiar with this by now, is wholesaling. So wholesaling is where you basically get a property under contract and you can then go ahead and market that property and have a buyer in place, maybe someone like me who's a seasoned rehabber, and we'll go ahead and buy that property from you cash. So basically what you're doing is you're either assigning the contract to us, or you're doing what's called a double closing, where you're using transactional funding to bridge the price of your purchase, and then you pay it off with the money that you get from selling it, all simultaneously on the same day, and you make the spread in between. So if you have a property for $100,000, you have someone that's willing to buy it from you for $120,000, you're able to basically make that $20,000 spread in between, whether you assign the contract to them or whether you do a double closing, and minus some closing costs, minor closing costs here and there, but you get the picture. Another way you can make money in real estate is through what's known as a subject to deal structure. And this is where you go to the homeowner, they're motivated, they want to sell, and you're solving some sort of problem for them. And so you negotiate with them that you'll take title to the property, so they're selling the property to you, but you're just going to take over their existing payments, their existing mortgage payments. And you'll work something out. Maybe you have to give them a little bit of money up front. Maybe you pay a little bit over what their mortgage payment is, so they're making a little bit of extra money on that end. And a lot of times what we'll do is we'll negotiate with them. Listen, when we find a buyer for this property, then we'll be able to pay you a lump sum that you obviously negotiate up front on the back end. So you don't have to pay any money out of pocket. Okay. Another deal is another way to structure a deal, rather I should say, is through what's called owner financing. So maybe this is where you find a seller who maybe has the home free and clear, it's paid off, they have no mortgage on it, and you ask them, hey, listen, what if you're the bank? Okay, I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars for the property. Let's just say, to keep it simple, $100,000. But in the meantime, I'm going to make you mortgage payments at an interest rate that you both agree on. It could be 6%, it could be 4%, it could be 8%, it could be 10%. The interest rate doesn't really matter. You just negotiate a payment. So now they're getting interest on their money. And then once you're able to find a buyer for your property, then at that point they get their lump sum. So now they've made the original price that they wanted on the property, plus they've made an additional interest during the time that you've paid them for it. And obviously during that time, maybe you can have the property rented. You can have a tenant coming in through what's called a lease option, where they're going to rent it for a while, so you can make a little extra cash flow and be able to pay the owner the negotiated amount so that it's not coming out of your pocket. And there's just a lot of different ways where you can make money in real estate without putting in any of your own money. You just have to learn these different strategies. And these are just a few. There's a lot more that come from, and actually go into more specific details for each strategy in other videos. The idea is to make sure that that everybody is aware that if you want to get into real estate, there's a lot of different ways you could do it, and many of them don't require any of your own money, any of your own credit. You don't have to have a steady job history. And so, you know, don't buy into that myth out there that you need to have all this money to invest in real estate, that you need to have excellent credit, that you have to have a steady job. All these things can come later, but don't be afraid to get started. So get out there and do it. See you guys next time.